Hello. It's been a while since I've been doing my weekly update. I used to do them for a while on what's been happening to the account and what I'm doing. So, as many of you know, I pull all the characters I want and all the weapons I want, and it's left me horrendously low on resources. I don't really have level materials. I don't really have weapon fodder. Like, it's becoming a problem, and we also don't have more. But I am AR60, so I can just like do a couple of bounties to get around some of these problems. So what I've been doing, I've been getting a lot of characters recently. So initially, I was gonna be reasonable. So I was gonna get Duran and then wait to see if Nicole was a healer. I wasn't interested in Columbina, I wasn't interested in Luluka, I was kinda interested in Lulu and Zabai, but I was also thinking, well, maybe I'll skip them. And then I realized that Columbina has this really neat little talent. What is it? Yeah, where she herself can convert the reactions. So then I was like, oh, I've got my C0R2 Navia, I've got my C2 Ito, I've got C2 Chiori, I have to get Columbina, I have to play these Luna characters. And then I was like, I played Ito, like, my Ito is level 90 now, and he's got a level 90 weapons plan. Be proud of my Ito. I also got him to C2 with the journey, like, top notch Ito. But then I was like, oh, Iluga is just so cool in the lore, why don't we just get Iluga? And then after I got an Iluga, I was like, what if I just go for C6 Aino? And then I missed C6 Aino, but I got Zabai. And then I was like, what if I get Zabai's weapon? And then I lost to 50-50 on getting Zabai's weapon, so now Bubble Novelette is no longer. And Novelette is gonna get a DPS build. I will be optimizing my Morlani first, so the Novelette is a theater project for Imaginary Theater next time. Essentially, at the moment, my account, when I look at the characters I have, my main goal is to have everyone level 60, so when I actually want to try a new team, I can push it for a bit. Now, I need to get better on accumulating resources and on pre-farming artifact materials. For example, if I wanted to make Ayato work for the next this, I would have to level Dahlia, who's currently level 60. I would have to level Ayato. And then I would have to level probably Sitlali and Bennett. Not Sitlali. I would have to. I think with Ayato, what I would probably do is like Escoffier, and then maybe I don't know, maybe even Kaya. I don't know. Or yeah. But that is kind of, I want to get to the point where I can say, if there's a new abyss and I want to try a new character, I can level 90 the team, I can level 90 the weapons, and I can have artifacts for the characters. So what I'm doing with my weapons is I'm not touching the weapons until I need to level a character. So all the characters are going to have very underleveled weapons for now, and I'm going to cap my weapon leveling at 80. So if I have a weapon and it's not level 90 now, it's not going to be level 90 for a while. But in the meantime, I also have to fix my artifact situation. So I am AR60 and I've been playing since April 2024. When I look at my artifacts, I have 592 artifacts that I haven't thrown out, and there's like 4 sanctifying actions, so it's like, it is generally 592 5-star artifacts. Almost every character has a full build at the moment, and not a lot of them are leveled. And it is a bit of a problem. It's actually quite difficult to get water. It takes a very, very much resin. So what I've started doing is I've started farming resin every time there's a new Stygian onslaught. Just farming artifacts, which has been really helpful. It got me some really good obeyed pieces for like Columbina, Inefa, Durin, so those characters are doing pretty good on their artifacts. The artifacts just aren't leveled because it takes too much more and it takes too much water. So what I'm gonna start doing, and I'm gonna show it on Illura and Zibai, is I'm gonna start, when I get a new character, get them to 60 out of 70, so that's what I'm doing with these at the moment. And then level 80 or 90 to DPS. Get the weapon to level 80. That's also what I'm currently doing. And then get all of the artifacts to 12. But then, before I level the artifacts, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to get the alternative artifacts to 12. And then check if I can improve the artifacts. For example, here, this is really good for Eloa. If I level this, it's currently on Ino, but it's really good for Eloa. Same with this one. These are really good Illuit pieces. I just have Illuit pieces. On Silver Moon Serenade. So yeah, this is what's happening with the account. As I mentioned, I am actually doing bounties for Mora at the moment. Cause when they released the enhancement calculator, I actually used that one a lot. I was really trying to figure out, I would put in my two Abyss teams and I would see, okay, how much materials will it take to level all of these characters. And then I calculated, based on like my daily resin, how much resin it would take to do everything that I had put into the optimizer. And I had done like the kind of talent leveling that Genshin suggests, which is 6, 8, 9. What I nowadays do with my characters, I do 2, 6, 6 for a new character. And then move from there. But yeah, so it is actually not possible to get all the materials to properly level 90 a character from scratch. Within like a team from scratch within one patch. It's not possible. Like, you can't get the ores for the weapons if you don't have the weapons leveled. Cause if you go to the blacksmith, you can get let's say we want a real example. Let's say we want to level Zibai's weapon. I'm at 61 out of 70. These enhancement ores, mystical enhancement ores, have a limit of 40 a day from the blacksmith. So I can get 40 a day if I farm ores, because on top of that it takes 160 ores to get 40 of these. That's just not realistic. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm kind of ignoring weapon leveling and waiting to accumulate enough ores from the events, and prioritizing artifacts over weapons, and then leveling the weapons as I can, because it's just not possible otherwise. And it's gonna be a bit of a problem. For those who've seen the image that Genshin shared on upcoming characters, I might actually want all of them except Barker. There's a real possibility if that happens, that I pull all of these characters except Barker. Because like the one who looks like Linnea, I've been waiting for Linnea since Inefa release. Like, I saw a genetic Linnaeus themed character and I was like, I need her. And then like there's the adorable little kid that might be really, like, if she's anything like I know, I absolutely want to play her because I know it's adorable. And then there's like the Favonius character that looks a little bit like, I don't know, best to describe them as like slightly buff Dahlia from the silhouette. And so I might actually want all of these characters, which means I have to be more intentional in how I build my characters. And I promise I'm getting there. and I promise you will see all of the updates. So my goal for the end of the year is actually I want all relevant characters and weapons to be level 60, and I want to save up the materials to level 60 to 90 a team. And I'm actually one way I'm gonna create artifact fodder is I'm gonna pre-farm bosses for characters I have. I'm just gonna pre-farm the boss drops because at some point I'm gonna build the characters, and it would actually be nice to have like better glad pieces and also better wanderers, because I noticed like there are very little characters that wouldn't benefit from 2-piece attack EM. At least the way I play my card. So if I ever like don't have the artifacts for it, I can pop them on Glad and then Strongbox. But for that, you need Strongbox fodder, you need leveled artifacts. And that's kind of the goal. I want 1,000 artifacts on my account. They don't have to be leveled, they just have to be good enough for the characters. Then I want all the relevant weapons to be level 60. And I want all of the characters to be level 60, and I want to have the materials to get 266 talent for all of my characters. And that is the big goal of the year. I don't know if I can do it. It depends on like how much rewards we get from events, to be honest. Because events and quests are going to be a large part of that. The good thing is that Genshin does the thing where you get the level 60 materials from the story quest. So I'm just happy that my quest log is empty, so I'm not gonna like miss any prerequisites for quest. And I'm gonna continue farming because I mean look at this. This is a level 60 Zibai without her AT Ascension talent. And the lunar charges are almost hitting 100k. So yeah. In the meantime, I will be building more silly teams. The account will continue being a mixture between teams that are quite meta and teams that are quite silly, but with kind of low investment on the artifacts. And I hope you all stay silly. Bye.